Hello people, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, a special welcome to you. I ask that you check out the rest of my videos. If you like what you see, give them a thumbs up, leave a comment, but more than anything, I'm asking that you subscribe to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Caribbean 4 who made the Don soar. And even though my thumbnail and my title may appear to be an affirmative statement, it's really a speculative one. Pretty much I'm saying, did these Caribbean 4 leave the Don soar? The Don as in Donald Trump. But before I get into my vlog today, let me throw in a disclaimer, because it seemed like for maybe the last 2 weeks, I would believe, every other vlog that I've done had something to do with the United States of America. People, the United States of America and its politics does not concern me. And the only time I concern myself with US politics is when it has something to do with Jamaica or the Caribbean. Other than that, the United States of America and its internal politics, for me, is just entertainment. I just listen to it for entertainment. I do not live in the United States of America, so it does not affect me one way or another. However, globally, the United States of America and its politics have some effect on the entire world. So that also is another reason why I often put my ears to it. But on an overall scale, the US and its politics does not concern me. The United States of America is a very fascinating country, if not the most fascinating country on planet Earth. And every nationality around the world in every country would admit that the United States of America is the most entertaining country on the planet, because things happen in America that just doesn't happen nowhere else in the world. And that's pretty much my disclaimer. And today, the reason why I'm going to be talking about the United States of America again, not really the United States of America, but its president Donald Trump, is because it has something to do with Jamaica, where I am born and with the nationality that I currently hold. 2 videos ago, I covered an issue where Donald Trump had placed Jamaica on an illicit list. And I was wondering, why did Jamaica appear on that list, considering that I was under the impression that Donald Trump and Andrew Holness, the current Prime Minister of Jamaica, were cool, were some form of friend. But this morning, as I was scanning through my channel, I realized that 5 months ago I did a video on Donald Trump versus the Caribbean, and on that thumbnail I asked the question whether or not Jamaica was among the Caribbean weak links. That video pertains to an invitation in Florida where 5 Caribbean countries went to sit with Donald Trump and discuss business. However, Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, was tight-lipped and continued to remain tight-lipped about what was discussed at the meeting. So it only left myself and Jamaicans to speculate. In regards to the other 4 countries, I'm not sure whether or not those countries' prime ministers had actually explained or declared to its citizens what Donald Trump wanted or what was the purpose of the meeting. I personally didn't come to any conclusion of whether or not Andrew Holness sided with Donald Trump or objected to anything that Donald Trump proposed. My plea in that video was pretty much beseeching that the Caribbean community stick together and do not get separated, especially under the influence of outside forces. But considering that Jamaica is a predominantly black country and we know the weakness of previous heads of Jamaica, I think everybody, including myself, was more leading to the part that Andrew Holness probably would have been weak towards Donald Trump and probably just became a yes man to Donald Trump and whatever it is that the Don wants at the time. I and a whole lot of other Jamaicans were speculating that, yeah, Andrew Holness would have leaned to Donald Trump and complied with whatever request that he wanted. However, 5 months later, when our country showed up on a list among other countries that are deemed illicit in the world, I started to question whether or not Andrew Holness had satisfied Donald Trump's request 5 months earlier. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know Donald Trump personally. The only thing I know about Donald Trump is what the media puts out and what Donald Trump tweets. That's the only thing I know about Donald Trump. And between Donald Trump's tweets and the media, what I do know is that if it's not Donald Trump's way, it's no way at all. And what I mean by that, what I've learned since the Trump administration has been active, everybody that has opposed, object, or did not agree to something that Donald Trump wants are usually penalized. I mean, Donald Trump is going to go down in history as the president of the United States who have fired the most people that works in the White House or under the federal government branch. Once again, the US politics, who Donald Trump hires and who Donald Trump fires does not concern me, but it doesn't mean that I don't see how Donald Trump works. Some pro-Trump people will say Donald Trump is a zero tolerance person. Other people will say Donald Trump is stubborn, Donald Trump is selfish, and if it's not his way, he'd rather to let you go or he'd rather to penalize you, demote you in one way or another. Real quickly, I can name some people that was on the Trump administration and within a very short tenure of their employment, these people were either fired or magically, instantly, surprisingly just resigned from their post after a very short tenure. I'm talking about Sean Spicer, James Comey, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Steve Bannon, Dana White, Hope Hicks, and there's so many other people. You know what, let me just list them up here so you guys can see, because if I should actually name all these people, I'm gonna be breathless. Those are some of the people that Donald Trump fired or resigned from the Trump administration in brief or short tenure after being employed under the Trump administration. I'm talking about some people that you just saw only took the job for 2 months. Some people took the job for 3 months. Some people took the job for a year before they were either fired or before they quit. So it's those information that I've attained, whether it be through social media or through mainstream media, that have painted a picture of Donald Trump to me to say Donald Trump is the type of person which, if it's not his way, it's no way at all. So you have to understand that when I see Jamaica, the Dominican Republic, Bahamas, and Haiti appears in Donald Trump illicit list, it threw me back to my video 5 months ago. And if you look at my video thumbnail 5 months ago, what it has in common with my thumbnail today is that the 4 flags that appear on my thumbnail today were 4 of 5 that appear on my thumbnail 5 months ago. The only absentee in this case is St. Lucia. So you have to understand that my mind raced and I start wondering, did Haiti, the Bahamas, the Dominican Republic, and Jamaica upset Donald Trump? Because these are 4 people that Donald Trump had a lunch with or had some meeting with. And to my knowledge, Jamaica's Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, did not say to the Jamaican people what was discussed. But 5 months later, someone like me who thought that Jamaica's Prime Minister had given satisfactory answers to Donald Trump's questions or his requests realized that we're on a list going off Trump's reputation, considering that none of these 4 countries work for Donald Trump. You can't ask them to resign and you can't fire them. So what's the next best thing? The next best thing is to give these 4 countries a spanking if they didn't do something that pleases the Don. No one says no to the Don. Again, I don't have any information from the Dominican Republic, Haiti, or the Bahamas. So if there's anyone that's viewing my channel from Haiti, the Dominican Republic, or the Bahamas, please leave a comment to let me know whether or not your Prime Minister had said what was discussed at that lunch, because I'm still curious. And the reason why I'm curious is because if it was a friendly lunch, I still can understand why Jamaica and these other 3 countries ended up on this list. And if it was an hostile launch, then it makes a whole lot of sense to me as to why Jamaica and these 3 other countries ended up on the Don's list. However, I'm also curious to know what's up with St. Lucia. How come St. Lucia didn't end up on this list? If St. Lucians that's watching my video can give me some clarification, then I will know whether or not it's a tit for tat thing with Donald Trump, or Donald Trump was just keeping it strictly business. Is it coincident that these 4 countries who have met with Donald Trump before ended up on Donald Trump's list of illicit producers? Could just be the way I think. Let me know what you think about it. Anyway, people, that's pretty much it for today's vlog. I hope you all enjoy this one. I can't stress it enough to say I appreciate the support I get from you guys. Thank you for always participating, viewing, even if you don't comment. But also thank you guys that do comment. And as usual, you know that I'm open for agreement, disagreement, thumbs up, thumbs down, because like I always say on my channel, each one teach one. Until next time, people, peace.